match, which is certainly a psychological advantage if you think about it over the challengers, because you got to essentially prepare for 3 guys. You don't know which 2 you're going to be facing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week on FCW, Bright House Sports Channel 47, every Sunday evening, 6 to 7 p.m., as well as various replays throughout the week. This is our main event. Florida Tag Team titles on the line.
Well, we just had a game of paper, scissors, stone to decide who's going to be in for the Do-Busters, and it looks like Kurt Hawkins lost out.
Paper, scissors, stone, it's rough.
Can you think of a better method, Saxton? No? Keep quiet then.
I kept quiet, you'd be in trouble.
Straight away. Look at Kalen Croft with those skills.
What do you call that when you pump the fist up in the air multiple times?
It's called rhythmic fist pumping.
Rhythmic fist pumping. Oh, well, it could be a rhythmic pin here by Brett DiBiase in the early going. Is DiBiase ready or what?
Well, he certainly looks fired up for this one, and he is going to have to be fired up because he's taking on 3 of the best tonight.
Well, remember, I mean, this is arguably the biggest match in Brett DiBiase's career. First time himself and Joe Hennig will have an opportunity, or do have the opportunity right here before us to compete for the tag team titles.
Well, if you look through the DiBiase family history, they have had a wealth of titles between them, but Brett is coming up short so far. Never once has he held a title.
Well, Joe Hennig, a former Florida Tag Team champion in his own right, and nonetheless, as we've spoken about, the history, the success of both these respective superstars' families. Kalen Croft, Brett DiBiase, nice arm drag. And on the flip side, give the Dude Busters their due, the only 2-time Florida Tag Team champions.
Here we see double team work from the Fortunate Sons. That's going to be the key in this one. Who can get their double team maneuvers effectively used in this match?
Well, Joe Hennig, thanks for coming, Kalen.
Taking a breather, nothing wrong with that. It's all part of the strategy, Saxton.
And take a breather and tag in the 22-year-old self-proclaimed prodigy, Trent Beretta.
Not just self-proclaimed, I'll proclaim him as a prodigy as well, Saxton.
As Kurt Hawkins is at ringside, shouting instructions, providing just moral support, right?
That's all he's there for, Saxton. Encouragement, motivation. You know, these Do-Busters really are poster boys for motivation.
Are they?
The way they encourage each other through comedy, it's a science.
Do they have a DVD set coming out soon?
Well, maybe. They'd make a lot of money if they did, believe me. Workplace motivation at the moment is at an all-time low in America, and these Do-Busters can do something about it.
Well, that workplace motivation may do without the tag titles if things continue the way they are.
Well, Trent Beretta right now needs to get out of this headlock. He's been in there way too long, cutting off the blood to his brain.
Don't forget, I mean, he's not in the ring with some pushover. That's Joe Hennig. That's the former Florida heavyweight champion. And look at the agility of both men, and Hennig, drop kick to the face. Cover. Shades of his father, Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. And right back to the side headlock.
Well, we've seen time and time again, Joe Hennig is one of the best movers we've ever seen here in FCW. It's a Hennig family trait. You watch the tapes of his father, Mr. Perfect. But the thing about movement is, I don't care how good a mover you are, you've got to dodge 3 men in there, and no one can move that well.
Well, Trent Beretta's not moving very well, as we're seeing the tag team continuity with Joe Hennig and Brett DiBiase. Double kick. Look at this series of maneuvers. No, 2 count. I am very impressed with Brett DiBiase and Joe Hennig. You know, a lot of folks don't know. DiBiase and Hennig have known each other since childhood. I mean, you know, their families have really been intertwined over the years. In fact, Joe Hennig's very first match in his career was against Ted DiBiase, Brett's older brother and member of Legacy. Did you know that, Wade?
No, I did not know that, and I didn't care to know. But what I do know is Trent Beretta has just booted Joe Hennig in the gut. And now it's about time for a wind of change.
Let's see if
Beretta desperately needs to make a tag, though. The longer he's been in there, the more worn down he's going to be. Kalen Croft is fresh on the outside.
Oh, what, are you lacking confidence in Trent Beretta's abilities here to hold his own?
Of course I'm not, Saxton.
Oh.
And that is exactly why. That's proved me right and you wrong, Saxton. Admit it.
But look at the time being wasted by Trent Beretta hanging onto the ropes like it's a swing set.
It's called motivating his partner.
Motivating his partner, yeah, on the outside. And watch the motivation, huh? How about a boot to the back of the head? There's some motivation. But this is ridiculous. We gotta take a break. This tag team match, if it's fair, will continue on. Welcome back to FCW TV. This is your main event, the Dude Busters. Trent Beretta and Kalen Croft defending against Joe Hennig and Brett DiBiase. I've said it before and I will say it again. I take nothing away from the experience of the Dude Busters. I mentioned it earlier. They're the only two-time Florida Tag Team Champions in FCW. But there's certain antics, i.e. Mr. Hawkins on the outside, that I have an issue with. As Croft here tries to put away Joe Hennig.
Well, you can have an issue with Kurt Hawkins, but on the outside, he's like the father figure for the team. Sharing his knowledge, sharing his know-how, directing the troops.
Let me ask you this way, since he's such a father figure, as you put it, what if you got into a fight as a kid? Maybe you did, you probably got beat up. What if you got into a fight as a kid? Did you call your dad? Did your dad come and beat up the kid
that I've ever been beaten up?
Is that what a father figure is in your mind? Beat up the kid? Beat up the other kid?
Are you trying to say my father was wrong for doing that?
I'm asking you. It's a simple question.
You know, Saxton, we're going to have a long chat after this show's over.
I have nothing to chat about. I'm calling
Your behavior today has been very disrespectful. I call you egregious.
You call me egregious? I call myself fair.
Yeah, you've become a huge star now in ECW, is that right? Too big for your boots, that's what you are.
My boots fit just fine. And watch Trent Beretta winding up, warming up. Really? All for that. All for that, huh?
Well, it worked. Joe Hennig ain't getting up too quick, is he?
About 10 minutes on the apron, all for a little sheep kick to the head, and now going after Brett DiBiase does Trent Beretta.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. And talking of ECW superstars, the Dude Busters have been on a huge roll on ECW. Like a train heading down a hill, full of coal.
Well, absolutely. You know, the rapid-fire offense that they utilize during their matches has aided them very well, both in tag team and singles action.
Well, you know, Trent Beretta.
Watch cover again.
Now Trent Beretta is a huge global superstar. He's forced his mother to buy a limo to drive him down to the shops to buy computer games. A limo. He doesn't travel in battered old cars anymore.
Why does that not surprise me? Why does it not surprise me that Trent Beretta would have his mom drive him around in a limo to take him to purchase computer games now that he's on ECW?
Well, he needs to travel in style, doesn't he?
And does that also apply to the Nintendo Wii?
I've seen him wearing a top hat as well recently.
A top hat, boy.
He's a member of the social elite now.
Well, Joe Hennig here struggling, inching, reaching for Brett DiBiase, desperately trying to make that tag, knowing the stakes.
Huge belly-to-back suplex there. Trent Beretta was not anticipating that. He needs to get over and make a tag very quickly. Hennig inching over to DiBiase, who's fresh on the outside.
Well, Hennig created some separation, but Trent Beretta wisely hanging onto that left ankle as Joe, with everything he can, trying to tag in his partner. Notice how Trent avoiding that enziguri. Joe Hennig coming right back down on that leg, and in comes Kalen Croft to continue the onslaught. Cover.
Well, they call themselves the Fortunate Sons. You've got to be kidding me. They'll be very fortunate to get out of this matchup with their faculties intact, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, you consider what's happened during the course of this match. You consider Kurt Hawkins on the outside, how he interjected himself at the right time in his mind. And you look at the situation now with the punishment Joe Hennig has taken, and you realize that that could happen sooner than later. That being the Dude Busters retaining the Florida Tag Team titles.